Momversations. So, tell us, when did you get the call?
My husband, Reverend B. Akama, usually says he is the one who is called, and then he called me, which is very true. Apparently, I was this girl that never thought would get married to a man of God. 1, 2, I never saw myself being anywhere in ministry, like a pastor or anything. And my vision for my life was always in the profession of medicine. So, as I told you, God had it His way and changed everything around, and I happened to fit in it very well. And one of the things that I had to fit in was ministry, which slowly my husband has been my pastor, my mentor, my help, my director. And in so many ways, he's been drawing me to the call of God or drawing out the call of God in my life. So I think he helped me much in finding out the call in my life. Yeah.
Okay, did young Juliet ever think she has the capacity to be a pastor?
No.
Okay, remember you told us you were cheeky?
Yeah.
It even got you into trouble.
I never thought of it. More so, I never even thought I would ever get married to a man of God. Yes, I had a vision of one day ever becoming someone's wife and becoming a mother, but not a pastor's wife. So, young Julie never thought of ever being a pastor, neither a pastor's wife, neither raising pastor's children. No, I just knew one day I will become a mother. I would become a good Christian. I would become a wife and all that. But no, I never thought of one day ever becoming a pastor's wife. But here we are, 18 years down the line.
So, did serving in ministry, for example, ushering and choir, prepare you for office of pastor?
Absolutely, yes. It really did prepare me for that, and more so, I was also a sanctuary cleaner. I cleaned when I was almost 8 months pregnant with Divine. We used to clean the church by then. It was not a big church, but I remember myself cleaning. Myself, Pastor Eric, and Dad. We used to clean after services. So it really did prepare me in a big way. I was so much in the music, the praise and worship team. I did a lot of ushering. There are photos that you'll see. I was doing ushering. And so by that, it did prepare me because it made me realize that the importance of serving God, and there are places that I should be able to feel, I can feel as in my kingdom service, and also in my quote unquote in my place as a minister's wife. I'm one of these people that believe in not being done for things. Like even back at home, I don't believe in the house girl doing everything for me. I believe in kingdom service. I believe there's that part that is personally mine to do to God or for the work of God. And so by ushering, by praise and worship, you'll see the photos in that. And also by sanctuary cleaning, that is where mostly I started my kingdom service in. I got a lot of exposure in what kingdom work really entails.
Learning the ropes. So how did you prepare or grow for consecration into the office of pastor? What did it entail?
Wow. Some of these things no one prepares you for them, especially being a pastor's wife. You find yourself in them, like the learning the ropes. You find yourself in ministry is not going or growing the way it should. There's some certain delay. 1 or 2, 3 things are a need. Perhaps you're believing God for a venue or a building whereby you can put ministry. members are coming and going. Church is having up and downs of its growth pattern and all that. So as a minister's wife, no one really prepares you for when you should learn the ropes of operating in ministry as a minister's wife. You just find yourself in it, especially when things are not going well or things are not flowing with the current of the way you'd want them. You just find yourself in seeking God, okay, searching scripture, searching how other men and women of God did it or how they do it for their ministry to be where they are in a place that you would admire. So personally, I was never taught by anyone. This is the way. I just found myself in it. How? By the triggers of things not going as per the way you plan them, or the way you outlook for them, or the way you'd want them to be, or you realize this thing, we have stayed on this mountain for quite some time. So one of the things that I found myself doing a lot was prayer. I inquire a lot from God. When things are not going well, we have a sitting with my husband, we chat, we really talk a lot, we exchange notes, we agree to disagree, we really talk a lot. But at the end of the day, I go back to my place of prayer and asking God, why is this thing not going the way it should be going? Why is this thing this way? Why are people fluctuating, coming and going? Why are members coming and leaving? Why is it like I'll confess today, one of the things that we realized with the Rev in the course of our ministry time, I think this time we are 13 years. So in the course of the 13 years, one of the things we realized is that people come to Sound of Abundance Church when they are low, very low. For example, someone will come and tell you they were working for UN and they are now sacked, and they need to know why they were sacked. I don't know if the issue is because we are a prophetic church. One of the arms of Sound of Abundance Church is that it's a prophetic church. So we realize that we are attracting, or the people that are coming to church, Sound of Abundance, are not coming while they are up there. They are coming when they are having issues. Like you get someone who's a director, they are now to their lowest. They don't even have money. Transport is an issue. So how I had to learn the ropes, how I had to learn the way of managing was experience, one. Two, and a lot of inquiry, a lot of study of how the ministries from our mentors, how they have made it in ministry, and how what we should be able to pick from them that it should be able to work for us. I don't know if I've given you the right bit of it.
Okay, regarding the same question, did you have to study theology at any point?
No, I haven't. And the master discourager of my not doing theology is none other than Rev B. Yeah, he's I'm one person who likes doing things knowledgeably. Okay, like one, as I said, I didn't think I would be a pastor at any one point, pastor's wife, raising pastor's kids. I never thought of it at any one point. So when I got married, one of the things that I really envisioned was to go to a theological school, and learn how ministry works, or learn what it entails. Because in my thought was theology is all about ministry, theology is all about Bible, okay, learning how to operate church, manage a church and all that. So I really wanted to go for theology school, but Rev was not for it. I remember also a chance gave out when we were in Deliverance Church, when he was an evangelist, and he felt, no, I just want to stick with the call of God, the blueprints of the call of God in him. He has this thing that theology somehow dilutes the blueprints of God in your life. So ye ni ule wa kijangul, anaamini kwenda kijeshi, kijangul style. So he discouraged me from it, but maybe in the future, yes.
Tell us about your first year in the role of a pastor. What do you remember most about it? The lessons learned, highs and the lows?
Wow. The lessons learned. Let me start with the experience. The experience was anything you get into that is new always comes with a lot of excitement. So in my first year of pastoral work, it was the year of growing. Okay, we were growing and nurturing a very young ministry. I remember we had a membership of almost 25. There are about 25, 30 members, and so we were at the point whereby we are growing God's work, Sound of Abundance Church. That was 13 years back. Is when again also I was very young. I was a young mom. I remember Asha was almost 3 years, and I was pregnant for Divine. Is when the ministry began. So Divine turning 13 in September, Soa turned 13 in April. So they share the same year of being birthed. So I remember a lot of input of growth, like prayer, like evangelism, like evangelism was so much, a lot of night prayers. We would do that. And remember, I'm expectant at that particular time. That was around 4 months, or they're about 5 months expectant with Divine. And then Asha is 2.5, they're about almost 3. So my life was juggling between being a wife, being a young mom, I'm expectant, and here's another baby that needs our attention. So my first year, if I can remember, was a lot of work, a lot of input, a lot of giving to the work of God, with a lot of prayer and a lot of evangelism, a lot of soul winning, talking about Sound of Abundance Church through one-on-ones and all that, friends and all that. And that's my major memory of the first year. The experience was that you have to do this thing for yourself. As a minister, as a pastor, and especially as a pastor's wife, you have to be the support that your husband needs at that particular time. A young ministry never has many pastors. I remember we were the only pastors when we began, before Pastor Eric joined us, like a year down the line. So we were the only pastors that were there. So I could do prayers. He could come and preach. I could do praise and worship, do ushering. So many of the roles that were removing the weight of the work were on me. Cleanup, sanctuary cleaning, handling the offerings and all that. So a lot of that was giving back to the work. A lot of it. So the experience I got was, this thing is purely in your hands, especially as a minister or as a pastor, the called one, and your wife. You have to have this thing in your hands as something that was given to God directly in your hands. So the other question was the experience and
the highs, the lows.
The highs was overwhelm of work, overwhelm of wife duties, overwhelm of pregnancy, a young pregnancy, almost just about around second trimester, and then raising a little boy, a toddler, and the requirements of the ministry. Ministry is demanding from the word go. It requires your input in roundabout. Is a baby that never gets satisfied or sleeps. So you have to be in it, on it, in it, on it, in it, on it. So the overwhelm of it, that's how I would say the lows. The highs was the beauty of running your thing. Sometimes I look at the way ushers do ushering now, and I'm like, what you're doing I've done before. I can do better. If you guys are not going to put, I've told them not once or twice. I look at the way praise and worship is being done, and I'm like, you're doing it, but this is the blueprint of this thing. So what I miss is having the opportunity to be everywhere, like I had that time. Yes, the growth comes with many hands coming on board, but the highs of it is I sometimes miss having to be hands-on on everything, of which I try. Many a times you'll find me in the Sunday school, one-offs. You'll find me in the praise and worships, one-off. You'll find me in the ushering, talking to the ushers and all that. So I learned a lot. The experience was beautiful. The experience was unforgettable. The experience was worth the while. And right now, I know what the work entails. Hakuna mtu anaweza niambia it can be done. I did it. We once did it. We once set the instruments. We once cleaned the sanctuary. So you can't tell me the church has to be dirty let me not say that. First thing I've realized when I walked in today, I realized something that is not common. So it gives you an exemplary experience that no other person can give you firsthand.
Thank you for watching this episode of Momversations. If you've enjoyed it, give us a like and drop a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Catch you on the next one. God bless you.